Okay, so we are back for part 2. After building our image, we are going to look at provisioning with provisioners. All right, so we created an image, visual aid shown here, and then let's see, it basically doesn't do anything. You built essentially repackaged an existing AMI. Yeah, so this AMI we just got off the marketplace. It's just an Ubuntu AMI. There's nothing special about it. We did not do anything to it. The real utility of Packer comes from automated provisioning in order to install and configure software in the machines prior to turning them into images. Historically, pre-baked images have been frowned upon because changing them was so tedious and slow. Because Packer is completely automated, including provisioning, images can be changed quickly and integrated with modern configuration management tools such as Chef or Puppet. What, no love for Ansible? In this tutorial, you will complete your image by installing Redis on it. Of all things, why are we installing Redis? Although pre-installing Redis to your AMI is a small example, it should give you an idea of what Packer provisioners can do. All right, so we did that. We installed Packer. All right, now we need a correctory Packer tutorial, which I already have, and paste the following configuration into a file called blah, blah, blah. AWS Ubuntu Packer. All right, so we did this already. Is this the same name? AWS Ubuntu Packer HCL. Okay, so we're changing something. I already saw the version changed, even though like this is way old. So required plugins, Amazon, that's different. The rest of it's the same. This is the same, same, same. This is the same, same, same. Most recent true, 9477, that's same, same, same. All right, so we already did this. The only difference is this. I don't know why that's different. HashiCorp, you should make this a 2 so that they're the same. This is a prerequisite, but these files are actually different. We already did an init. Now we need to add a provisioner to the template. Using provisioners allows you to completely automate modifications to your image. You can use shell scripts, file uploads, and integrations with modern configuration management tools such as Chef or Puppet. It's kind of cool because the name of the image or the tag you can use with Terraform. So when you're doing like a AWS launch configuration for an auto-scaling group, you can have it point to your custom image. And instead of having to constantly manage your auto-scaling group, you can just point it to that image or that tag or whatever. And that AMI, once it's changed, it's updated, then you can just start using the new stuff once it gets deployed. So I guess that makes sense. You can use shell scripts, file uploads, integration, Chef or Puppet. Man, they just love Chef or Puppet. Why does everybody hate Ansible? It's like the best one. Find this, okay, and note that it uses an SSH communicator. Okay, yeah, there it is. By specifying the SSH username attribute, Packer is able to SSH into EC2 instance using a temporary key pair. Okay, so it's essentially creating an instance with a new key pair and then using that key pair to SSH, and then that's why it's deleting that key pair and security group. To write your first provisioner, add the following block into your Packer template. Inside the block and underneath the sources assignment. A sources assignment or sources block? Sources in the build. So provisioner. It says inside the build block underneath the sources assignment. All right, so I guess we'll do it right here. Paste. Inline echo installing Redis. Sleep 30 seconds. Sudo apt-get update. Sudo apt-get install. Yes, Redis server. Echo foo is foo into example.txt. Inline closed. Curly bracket closed. And this is closed. God, that looks ugly. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a little formatting. There's no way. Okay, Packer format. Y'all are smoking the good stuff. It's two spaces is the way they tab their stuff. I need some kind of Packer extension for linting this stuff because this is gross. Let's see, 16,000. Yeah, let's do this one. Language supported. Let's try this. Syntax highlighting. No telemetry. Okay, that's fine. All right, it's installed. Oh, it is really, really unhappy about this. Did something in here? It did not like something in here. Some kind of, maybe this thing sucks. Does it want a comma? What is it? Why is this all commented out? I know it works. We just ran it. Weird. Name equals quote this. And as soon as it gets here, it is not happy. Oh, I bet it thinks that slash star is a comment. Let's test this. Star slash. It totally does. All right, you suck. We're getting rid of this immediately. Well, that didn't take long, did it? Disable. I don't want to use that either. Oh well, we'll just do the old school way. So this is already not my favorite thing. Okay, so build here is lined here. And the sources is a list here, and the provisioner has a whole bunch of stuff. So this provisioner really should have, it owns this object which has a list and this object which has a list. So I think really this whole thing should be like that. That's just me. Sorry, I'm being anal. So Packer format, it's okay. It does something. It makes it syntactically correct, but it definitely doesn't pass my style requirements. Anyways, huge tangent. Let's see. Let's see what this actually does. All right, so we kind of already read through this. Yeah, okay, cool. That's fine. So the block defines shell provisioner, which sets an environment variable named foo in the shell execution environment and runs commands in the inline attribute. Okay, so it sets foo equals hello world as an environment var. And then it says, I'm installing Redis, sleeps for 30 seconds, updates all of that, installs Redis, and then echoes foo is hello world into example.txt. So I guess that's what it does. Look, theirs even looks nice. Mine didn't look nice. But anyways, it should say build and then name sources and then a space provisioner shells. Yeah, I do like that, like having a space there. Okay. Fair enough. At least now I know that it uses slash, well, no, it probably doesn't use slash star comments. It's just how it does. Let's see, test. Nope. But if I do slash star, slash star, slash, yeah, there's like 0 linting. All right, so now let's build an image. AMI names must be unique, so you must update your AMI name before building an image. Tip: below snippet is formatted as a diff to give you a context about which parts of your config you need to change. Okay, so it's like a Terraform plan. Replace the content displayed in red with the content displayed in green, leaving out the plus and minus signs. Well, duh. All right, so we're just going to add slash Redis to this AMI name because AMI names need to be unique. Slash Redis. Cool. I'll save that. And then we build it with the provisioner. I'm just going to copy this. All right, so our provisioner is basically just building stuff inside of our AMI. That's what I got from that. All right, so let's do a Packer build and let it do its thing. And then I will let you know when it's done. All right, so now we're at the new part. So it's provisioning with shell script, installing Redis. So before we were just building an image. In this case, it's defining a provisioner as something that actually provisions things inside of this image or inside of this build. So that's kind of the difference between that. I know sometimes people say provision like and they mean build things, but whatever. What is this getting? Okay. This is all output from the yum install, or I'm sorry, the get apt-get install. Grabs all the things, does all the things. I wonder if you can suppress this, like with a silent or something like that. I don't know. We'll wait for it to stop. Well, while I'm waiting, I got a present in the mail today from my friend Pablo with some coasters. I always have drinks at my desk, so he must know that I always do. I've got this CICD, continuous invasion and continuous domination. Fixing the cloud is my job, DevOps engineer, aka wizard. Pretty awesome. And then to make mistakes is human, to automate them is DevOps. And then the last one is the CI tests pass. They may pass like kidney stones, but they do pass. It's awesome. So, anyways, shout out to Pablo. He's freaking awesome. One of the best Python developers I've ever met in my life. But I figured I'd use this time to do a little PSA for Pablo. So if you have Python questions, let me know. And I'll let Pablo know, and I can introduce you to Pablo. He's like a magician. And we're done. So it took 4 minutes and almost 1 second. Yeah, so now we have a new AMI. Let's go check this out. I should have 2, and I do. They're both named Packer Builder, so I don't know how you change that, but it's whatever. I think that's fine. At least you know where it was made. But the AMI name itself is unique, as well as the ID, so that's good. Yeah, so that's done. The next section talks about adding more provisioners. So you can, using the shell provisioner, kind of add as many things as you want. You can pass entire shell scripts rather than inline declarations. So there's probably like a path or something you can pass it and then just write a separate shell script, which is kind of nice when you're organizing things. Instead of putting it all inline, you can like add a new file and make a shell script and have it run that. And you can version control your shell scripts. So that's cool. So we're going to go ahead and replace our existing build block with this block. And this adds a provisioner, which basically does the same thing, but adds a second provisioner, a shell provisioner with echo. This provisioner runs last. And the idea behind this is just that you're proving that they run in order. So I'll save that. And let's do a Packer format real quick. Okay, just move the name, too much. And let's do a Packer build AWS blasey blasey blah. And I guess we'll read, it didn't tell you to do this. HashiCorp. We need to update this. So I think it's interesting. Like if I run this and it's named AWS Redis and I try to, will it overwrite it, or will it just be like, you already have an image with that name? I'm pretty sure it'll just be like, you already have an image with that name. AMI name is being used. Yeah, they have to be. All right, so I'll do like v2. Save. All right, let's build this again. They have to be unique. So you can't really version them. You're just going to end up creating image after image after image. So this does pose the question about managing these and how you would go about doing that. With Terraform, you have the ability to destroy. So you can kind of clean up after yourself. But in this case, not only do you have these images to worry about, but every time it's doing this, it's creating the image by creating a snapshot of the temporary instance. So now I have these, I'm up to 16 gigs of EBS volumes. And then the image itself is saved in S3, so I have the S3 storage that's being used. I wonder if we can see that. Let's see if we can find that while this is building. So let's take a gander at S3. I think it's interesting that the description is scalable storage in the cloud instead of simple storage service. Where is this being saved, by the way? I don't know where this is. Where is snapshot? It's just wherever. Just in general to S3. Interesting. But after you're done with your AMI, you don't need the snapshot. So I'm wondering why it keeps them. Interesting. Let's look that up. Is this done? It's almost done. It's waiting for it to stop. Let's look this up. Packer delete snapshot. Yeah, the first thing, delete snapshots after Packer build is terminated. How old is this? 2016. Let's not read this. I see an issue in their GitHub from, again, 2016. Did they respond to this? Did they fix it? There's got to be a feature request or something like that that got put in there. They locked and limited it, but they didn't answer it. Good job. Yeah, I guess that's my only concern is managing snapshot. It's so easy to forget about snapshots. And then these AMIs get bigger, these snapshots may require larger EBS volumes. So you have all these EBS snapshots, and then you've got all these AMIs, and you're going to have to go. I have a friend who did a lot of Packer stuff with us when we were using Ansible, and it was like it turned into a real pain in the butt. He was always managing that stuff. So, anyways, looks like we got an AMI coming online, and what we should see is it creates this with the provisioner. It does this stuff, but then our last one should say this provisioner runs last, and it's right here. So it did the first one to install Redis, and then the second one says this provisioner runs last. So we can see that they do in fact run sequentially. All right, so we saw that. Build and validate image. Yes, we saw that. Oh, there, see, it did. And then now it tells me to update the image. All right, I'm not mad at you anymore, HashiCorp. You did put that in there. And then we build the image. And now there are two provisioning with shell script executions. The second provisioning step displays the expected message. And then you verify with going to the page, which we did, and it's right there. We had two, now we have three, and the third one is pending. So that's it for provisioners. And the next video, I'm going to go over variables. So it looks like you can apply the same principles of provisioning, configure Packer images, and now we'll make the template more robust with variables. All right, cool. So I hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. And we're almost, about halfway through this.